Good afternoon. We're going to begin with the public hearing. There's going to be a public hearing before the Board of Works starts. So everybody will bear with me. I'm going to open up the public hearing section of the Board of Works. The public hearing is in reference to the Blight Elimination Program, Rounds 1 and 2. A notice of successful application and hearing. The City of East Chicago applied to Indiana Housing and Community Development Authority Blight Elimination Program, Rounds 1 and 2. Our applications were successful. In 2014, the city received a Round 1 award of $1,487,000, and then in 2016, we received an award of $914,000. Working in conjunction with the East Chicago Development and Redevelopment, we intend to acquire and demolish 261 properties, which for the record were listed on the public notice that were posted by the city. The goal of the Blight Elimination Program is to reduce the number of blighted and abandoned homes in our community and neighborhoods. We believe the acquisition and demolition of these structures will stabilize neighborhood property values, prevent avoidable foreclosures, and assist us in our efforts to keep our community and neighborhoods safe. Today's public hearing is to present comments on the program. I believe we were to have representatives from the state come in and give a presentations first, but since they're not here, we're going to begin with comments. James? First from the building department, and then comments from the floor.
Good evening, Commissioners. James Portalatin, Building Commissioner for the City of East Chicago. As mentioned, today is our public meeting, and they are available. All right. With regards to the hardest hit blight elimination program, as mentioned in 2014, we were awarded, the City of East Chicago applied for this grant, was awarded $1.4 million. In 2016, we were awarded $914,000. Out of the original 62 properties from Phase 1, we were able to demolish 58 of those properties. And today's meeting, we will have Mrs. Rihanna Bender, the Blight Elimination Program Director. She will be able to give us a presentation with regards to what is the hardest hit program, and also what is available with regards to our property owners that maybe do not have it's a property that's just has gone to where it's dilapidated. There's probably not it's really not feasible to fix it. They don't know what to do with that property. Well, the Blight Elimination Program gives us an opportunity that property may qualify to also be where the owner can become a program partner with us, and we would be able to demolish that property using this grant money. So this program is very a program that obviously is a program that has been helping the City of East Chicago, and we will continue to see this demolition of these properties that are abandoned or haven't been maintained. The building department, as it is now, the only alternative we have for these properties is to present them before the Board of Public Safety, where we would present these properties, and we would give an opportunity to the owners to enter into rehab agreement should they want to, and they'd be able to fix these properties, and then, or it may, after unsuccessful attempts to make repairs to the properties and put it into compliance, a demolition order can be entered. But with this program made available, we have the opportunity to offer an alternative to the homeowner. So with that, with no further ado, I'd like to present to you Mrs. Rihanna Bender and her team. Came all the way up from in Indianapolis, and that way she could present a short presentation and tell us what the Hardest Hit program is about. So thank you very much. Mrs. Anna Binder is here, Director. Okay.
Good afternoon. I'm here to do a brief presentation on the Blight Elimination Program. My name is Rihanna Binder. I'm the Program Director. So we'll do a brief overview of how exactly the Blight Elimination Program works, and then the options available to individual homeowners here in the city of East Chicago.
Yes, please.
You can just flip the
Switches now.
to the right. To the right. No, the switches to your right.
Yeah, we fixed it.
You want to go ahead and advance? First, I always cover the negative impacts of blighted properties. We have blighted properties all across the state of Indiana. Estimates vary widely, but it's been determined that we may have as many as 50,000 blighted properties statewide. Our overall goal with the Blight Elimination Program is to take down approximately 4,000 of those properties. While 4,000 out of potentially 50,000 doesn't necessarily sound like a huge number, it is a huge difference to the neighbors that live near those properties. Those folks can certainly tell you that blighted properties lower property values, they drain community resources. Just think of all the time your code enforcement agents spend out in the field on the same properties again and again and again for boarding, weed liens, all of those things. They also drain your law enforcement resources through repeated police and fire runs. And they do jeopardize public safety by bringing a criminal element into our neighborhoods. They also negatively impact community perception. And finally, they limit growth options. The Blight Elimination Program is funded through $75 million of Indiana's Hardest Hit Fund allocation. And the Blight Program is designed to provide subsidies in the form of loans that allow communities to demolish residential structures. Recipients are able to demolish blighted properties and offer end uses for the newly cleared lots. That is one of the most important differences between the Blight Program and Unsafe Building Code, is that community partners will own these properties, so they are able to use the property within any means acceptable for East Chicago ordinance. The goal of the BEP is to stabilize neighborhood property values and prevent avoidable foreclosure. We did divide the state into 6 funding divisions using that $75 million. The 92 counties were divided into 6 funding divisions. East Chicago and Lake County fall into Division 1, with Marion County, the 2 counties with a population of over 450,000. To determine how much funding was available to each division, we took the percentage of the state's population in that division, and that is the percentage of the available funding they received. So having just over 20% of the state population, Division 1 received just over 20% of the funding. Each recipient has a program partner, and that's one of the main reasons we're here tonight. Program partners are really what makes the BEP program work. Program partners hold title to the lots before, during, and after demolition, and also facilitate the end use. So program partners such as the Redevelopment Commission are not only necessary, but they're crucial to making sure the Blight Elimination Program works. Program partners, as I said, will hold title to the lots. They may be responsible for the end use of the lot, and the end use of the vacant lot can be designated at the time of application or when the property is submitted. The minimum end use is green space, but it can be anything up to and including community gardens, infill housing, redevelopment. We have multiple communities that have submitted tax credit applications using blight elimination properties. The biggest difference with individual property owners is, unlike Habitat for Humanity or non-for-profit entities, they have 2 choices with regard to the Blight Elimination Program. The first is to sell their property, and the property is paid for using Blight Elimination Program funds up to a maximum of $10,000, and we'll discuss that more specifically later. They can sell the property and simply walk away. As the slide points out, the property is voluntarily sold. The individual owner receives the sale price. The individual surrenders all interest in the real estate by transferring the property by deed to a program partner. If the individual sells the property, the structure will be demolished. There are no other options in the Blight Elimination Program. The structure will come down. The purchase price is paid for by BEP, and title to the real estate should be clear at the time of transfer. To be an individual, you can also be a program partner. You don't have to sell your property. So if you would like to continue to own the lot, that is an option in the blight elimination program. But there are some strict requirements on individuals to participate. An individual can continue to own the property. They will not receive acquisition funds because they are not selling their real estate. The structure on the real estate will be demolished. The structure may not be occupied at the time of submission. Demolition costs are paid by the blight elimination program, and the individual then retains title to the vacant lot. All individuals with an interest in the real estate must sign a program partner agreement. So if the property is jointly titled to husband and wife, we need both parties to agree to voluntarily participate in the program and sign the program agreement. And all individuals must sign a demand note, and mortgage. So the question that always comes up is, how much is my community permitted to spend per property? The combined total for acquisition, demolition cost, and approved expenses for a structure without a basement is $15,000. Up to $6,000 of that may be spent on acquisition of a property with no basement. That is the cap in our contract with the United States Department of Treasury. We cannot exceed that amount. The combined total of acquisition costs, demolition costs, and approved expenses for a property with a basement may not exceed $25,000. Again, that is in our contract with Treasury, and we cannot exceed that amount under any circumstances. If a property has a basement, the maximum available acquisition dollars are $10,000. This is the maximum that can be paid. So if an individual property owner owns a property they wish to sell to the program, if the property does not have a basement, the maximum amount of dollars they can receive at sale is $6,000. If the property has a basement, the maximum is $10,000, and there are no exceptions. We do have additional requirements for our program partners if they elect to maintain their property. They will execute a demand note in the amount of $25,000. That demand note will be immediately refinanced by a BEP note and mortgage. The note and mortgage are also in the amount of $25,000. We constantly get the question, well, if I'm only doing a Tier 1 property at $15,000, why are my note and mortgage at $25,000? Those instruments are structured as HELOC documents or home equity line of credit documents, so that you have a line of credit up to $25,000, which is the limit for the program. That prevents anyone from having to stop mid-process, execute new instruments before they can go on with the program process. The demand notes have a limited term. They expire December 31st, 2020, with a fixed expiration date. Prior to expiration, loans are forgiven at a rate of 33.33% per year. As we stand here today, the loans would expire before they depreciate to zero based on the depreciation scale. We do not have monthly payments. If I could get the terms of a BEP loan on my house, I would do a back handspring for you right now. No interest, no monthly payments, no amortization. No funds are owed once the note is expired, and there is no obligation after expiration. If anyone has any questions, I'll be happy to take those. The information on the slide is not only our website, but also my contact information as well.
Thank you, Rihanna, for that presentation. I'd like to introduce several of our staff that are involved with the Hardest Hit program. It does take quite a, as you can see, it's an extensive program.
Mm-hmm.
We do need a lot of collaboration with several entities. So we have Marino Solari as our program coordinator.
I hate to interrupt you. Can we have someone turn the lights back on, please, so we could? Thank you.
Thank you. And then we have NSP Consultants here that will be assisting us also with all the paperwork that needs to be submitted downstate. There's reports to be done. Esperanza has helped us tremendously as well, contacting the owners that are interested or wanting to know more about this program. We have Kevin Smith and Smith Sursag, our attorneys with the Board of Safety, helping us also with the acquisition of the properties. And so after this public meeting, we will have a room, our conference room separated, where we could talk one-on-one. If you're interested in many of these, of becoming a program partner, we'll have these packets available to you to give you all the information that you need to be able to talk with myself, with our attorney, Kevin Smith, and each and everyone here will be there to kind of explain to you at a more face-to-face we're going to have that available to us shortly, because the Board of Works meeting does continue on. So, after this, I wanted to give you that, know that we do intend to speak to each and every one person.
I have a question. Of the 261 homes listed in the ad, some are already demolished? Some are from Program 1, right? Or Phase 1?
No, I don't believe they've been.
So these are all to be demolished, 261.
I'm not saying that they're all going to be demolished, because like I said, owner has just as Rihanna mentioned, they have the opportunity to choose if they want to be a program partner or not. If they don't want to become a program partner, or they don't want to demolish their property whatsoever, they could always come before the Board of Safety once we notify them to come to present that, and to be able to enter into rehab agreement. So the owner does have that opportunity to enter to rehab agreement as well. And then if it hasn't gone before the Board of Safety as of yet, there's nothing that would stop him from even trying to fix the properties as we speak right now.
So if everything goes okay then, and there's no disputes or anything, with the funding we receive from the state, we would be able to demolish these 261 properties? Are we estimating?
Well, no, we won't be able to
wouldn't?
demolish 260. We will choose from that which properties qualify from the hardest hit.
That's what
Not
I'm-
all of them will qualify.
Right.
So from there, we will choose which are the properties that do, either they're owned by redevelopment, which is our program partner now, and those are a lot easier to be able to demolish, and we could input and, submit them. There is, in order for us to be able to qualify, we have to present, site evaluation, matrix, pictures. It has to qualify, and we have to get approval from IECDA prior for us to even, being able to demolish using these funds.
Okay. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, I'd like to open up the public hearing.
The only thing I'd like to say is that also this program ends in 2018. So this is a program that we are very accelerated, want to do as much as we can to be able to use these funds that are available to us. But this is something that may be a one-time option, that we don't know if it'll extend past 2018. So this is a great program, and just wanted to say that we are going with, whoever wants to. It may be first ones that come and say, yes, I want to be part of it, because we might not have it available to everyone, if the funds are not available. So we're going to go with whoever, comes to us as quickly as possible. Okay?
Now I'd like to open any comments from the floor, if anybody would like to speak. All I ask, if you're going to speak, please give your name and the address. Okay, just your name for the record. And if anybody has any questions, James will, there will be a meeting. There's a conference room on this side, on the side. And so once again, are there any comments from the public? Oh, there.
There were those 4 addresses.
I thought it would take over half an hour. We're under. Yeah, we should have left and they should have stayed in. Okay, I'll now close our public hearing, and we will move on to the regular meeting of the Board of Public Works. Good afternoon. I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Board of Public Works for March 14, 2018. Roll call.
Val Gomez,
Present.
William Allen,
Present.
Weena Guzman.
Okay, Wena's absent, but we do have a quorum. Move on to minutes. We have the minutes of the regular meeting of February 14, 2018. I'd like to make a motion that we adopt the meeting as written, the minutes as written.
So moved.
Roll call.
Val Gomez,
Yes?
William Allen,
Yes.
Okay, it passes. We'll move on to correspondence. No correspondence. We'll move on to new business. First item on our agenda, we have an addendum to the professional office lease from the Law Department. This is between the City of East Chicago and Community Care Network.
This is the Healthy Chicago building. Arnita, who is the manager, Arnita Falks, is here as well. This is for an additional 840 feet at $19 per square foot. And the hospital agreed to pay the full amount and not to seek credit for the repairs that they're also making to the building.
Okay, and $19 square foot, and it comes to $12,157 per month.
The monthly payment beginning March 1st.
Okay. Any questions or comments? There being no questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the addendum to the professional office lease between the City of East Chicago and Community Care Network for the amount of $19 per square foot and $12,157 per month.
So moved.
Roll call?
William Allen.
Yes.
Val Gomez.
Yes. Okay, next on our agenda, we have the FTA fiscal year 2000.
I'm going to ask if I could be moved to the front of the agenda, because I have to be in that meeting, if that's okay. If not,
Oh, never, okay. Let me get done with what I'm doing now. Okay, we have.
Good evening, members. Francisco Rosado, Director, East Chicago Transit.
Okay. The first item is FTA fiscal year 2018 certification and assurances from Bus Transit. Okay, Frank, you have the floor.
Okay. This is the annual certification and assurances. In a nutshell, it basically says that East Chicago Transit and the City of East Chicago will follow all applicable federal and state guidelines and procedures when it comes to running bus transit and following all the fiscal procedures that are necessary in spending the funds and carrying through with grants.
Okay, and this is an annual procedure.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any questions or comments? There being
Just-
no-
Just to point out, on the back of the page, page 43, there are various categories. The ones that are Xed out are the ones that East Chicago Transit is assuring that we will follow.
Okay. There being no further questions or comments, I entertain a motion to approve the FTA fiscal year 2008 certifications and assurances form.
So moved.
Roll call?
Val Gomez.
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Okay, also from Bus Transit, Section 05307 Fund Conveyance Agreement. This is an amount of $140,871.
Yes, sir.
And this is also a yearly agreement?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's something that we have to sign every year. We have a different funding, different grants.
Okay, any questions or comments on Section 307 Fund Conveyance Agreement?
No.
There being no questions or comments, or entertain a motion, I'd like to make a motion that we approve Section 507 Fund Conveyance Agreement between Northwest Indiana Regional Planning Commission and East Chicago Public Transit.
So moved.
Roll call?
Val Gomez.
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Marino? You're asking,
Are you speaking on the marina stuff too?
no.
which one are you?
The roofing portion, and then Esperanza is here to talk about the other portion, but she could, just the roofing component that I need to talk about.
The roof repairs on
Horsfield?
3700 Main,
No, Sportsfield will be from Public Works.
correct.
Okay,
So there are three buildings that the city owns that we are looking to do re-roofing projects on them, rehab and replacement. And it's for 3700 Main, 3727 Main, and 2105 Broadway. And you should have in your packet the three different addresses with the three proposals. I'll start with 3700 Main, which is the first one you should have. Gluth, I'm recommending that we go with Gluth. They are the lowest and most responsive quote, I guess, or proposal from the three quotes that we received.
So you have Glut for 3700 Main Street, you have Glut for 3727 Main, and you have ASG for, that's for 2105
Broadway, correct.
And for a total of 136,627.
Correct, for all three projects.
And the funding for this is out of
Coming out of LDA.
the LDA fund.
Mhm.
Do you have any questions or comments? There being no further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the roof repairs for 3700 Main Street, and that is with Glut Brothers, and 3727 Main Street, also with Glut Brothers, and ASG for 2105 Broadway, for the total of the three, an amount of 136,627.
So moved.
Roll call?
Val Gomez,
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Okay. Is that
Thank
all
you so
got?
much. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, next, I am going to move one item up, sports field, infield renovations.
Good afternoon, Keith Selvey, Public Works Director. Thank you, Mr. President. Before you have,
Okay, when he completes, then I'll
All right.
address your request. We had another request to get up.
oh, okay. Before you have a agreement with Sportsfield to do our Little League fields. As you know, they are our exclusive vendors to do our fields, baseball fields. This is for the two fields over on the Kenny Lofton side, the Little League side. And the approximate cost to do those fields are going to be $24,500.
What was that amount, please?
$24,500.
Okay, do you have any questions or comments on the sports field proposal?
No.
There being no further questions or comments on the proposal, I'd like to make a motion that we approve sports field's proposal in the amount of $24,500 for the infield renovations.
So moved.
Roll call?
Val Gomez.
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Okay. Next, we have from Public Works, we have Cummings Landscaping for three areas, Police Station, Healthy Chicago, the Marina, Lakefront,
Correct.
Columbus Drive, and Main Street.
Correct. So basically, the police station is in front of you. This is our company that does pretty much the city landscaping for us. Total cost for the seasonal package is going to be $10,000, and that includes all the following things that you see on that particular list.
Okay, so the police department is, I think we have to take each one individually.
Yes.
Okay, police department, they have a seasonal price of $7,000, seasonal package $10,000. You want the seasonal package?
I want the package, yes. We want to include the mulch.
$10,000 in.
Correct.
Okay, any questions or comments on Cummings Police Station proposal?
No.
There being no questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion that we approve Cummings Landscaping proposal for the police station for their seasonal package price in the amount of $10,000.
So moved.
Roll call?
Val Gomez,
Yes.
William Allen.
Yes.
Okay, the Healthy Chicago, seasonal price is $4,000. There's no package for this one then.
That is correct. It's $4,000 flat.
Any questions or comments on the Cummings Landscaping for Healthy Chicago?
No.
There being no further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion, we approve the Healthy Chicago Cummings Landscaping proposal for $4,000.
So moved.
Roll call?
Val Gomez.
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Okay, next we have the Cummings Landscape proposal for the Marina Lakefront, Columbus Drive, and Main Street Park,
Just for the record, the Main Street Park is Unity Plaza.
Unity Plaza. Okay. And the total for this will be $86,730,
Correct.
correct?
Correct.
And this meets all your needs for these three
Yes.
locations, four locations?
Yes, it does.
Any questions or comments?
Is this separate, or is this the lot maintenance?
This is separate from the lot maintenance.
Okay.
This is basically the Commonwealth, coming up Columbus Drive, in front of the police stations, that little atrium, and so forth.
Okay. No other questions? There being no other questions, I'd like to make a motion, we approve Cummings' proposal for the Marina Lakefront Park, Columbus Drive, and Main Street Unity Park. Their landscape proposal in the amount of $86,730.
So move.
Roll call?
Val Gomez.
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Okay.
But we gotta go back for Blues Brothers.
Correct.
We skipped over that one for the roof repairs.
Oh, roof repairs at Central Fire Station,
That is correct.
the
Before
amount
you,
of $7,150.
yep,
And this was the low bid,
yep, this
low
is
quote?
the lowest bid of the two. For Central Fire Station is primarily mostly some tuck pointing as well as some repairs up on the roof. We're recommending Loof Brothers, of course.
And these details meet all our concerns?
Yes, they do.
Any questions or comments?
No.
There being no further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion, we approve Loop Brothers' proposal for the Central Fire Station, the amount of $7,150.
So move.
Roll call?
Val Gomez.
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
I believe you have one other item, an outstanding invoice. And that's all you have left?
I just have one outstanding invoice.
Okay, it's for Menards, an amount of $3.74. The invoice was submitted late. The invoice is 92464, dated 11/16/2017. $3.74. We did receive the item?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
They send an invoice for anything, right?
Any
Yes.
questions or comments?
Mhm.
There be no further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion, we accept payment for the past due invoice from Menards for the amount of $3.74.
So
Thank you
moved.
very much.
Now, Dr. Z, I'd like to change our agenda to bring one item up. I believe this is the King Company change order number 1, water intake.
Good evening, this is Dr. Zahrawi, I'm Director for Utilities. This is concerning the intake pipe that has been worked on. It is like 20 feet down the waters. When we started the construction, we needed like 208 cubic yard of concrete to be added at price of 350, which gives the price to 80,000. This is around maybe 7.8% of contingency, which is good because down the water we don't know what's coming down. So we are lucky that we have just this 208 cubic yard of concrete to be added.
Okay, the amount of this change order is $72,800.
Yes, sir.
Do we have any questions or comments?
No.
Okay, there being no further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion, we approve change order number 1 from King Company Incorporated for our water intake project in the amount of $72,800.
So moved.
Roll call?
Val Gomez.
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, anybody else want to jump ahead? No? Okay. Okay, next outstanding invoices we have from the Marina Artistic Visions. Anybody here from the Marina? Okay.
Well, I asked him, he said he wasn't speaking on it.
Okay, we have, next, okay, we'll table that one till next meeting. Next, we have One Stop Muffler and Brake from the Health Department.
Hello there, this is Arnita. I'm Arnita Folks from the Health Department Manager. And actually, we have two outstanding invoices. One is for One Stop Muffler and Brake, which is in the amount of $15. That was for tire repair. And the one from Performance Auto,
Anita, we usually take one at a
oh,
time.
I'm sorry.
So, okay, this invoice, it's from 12/6/17, amount of $15.
Yes, it was
Invoice
for
number 33132. And basically, we need you to, I think you're new to this. I think
yes.
Basically, we asked you, was the work performed to your satisfaction? Did we receive the item?
Yes, we did. It's just when we got the repairs done, that's when our books closed for the year. So
Okay.
we were unable to submit anything at that particular time. We had to wait till the books opened, and then we went through the process of trying to get a PO,
Mhm.
and by that point, it got late.
Okay. Any questions or comments on this invoice?
None.
There being no further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion that we approve Health Department's past due invoice from, this is from who? One Stop Muffler and Brake, in the amount of $15.
So moved.
Roll call?
Val Gomez,
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Okay, next, also from the Health Department, from Performance Auto, we have two invoices. Invoice 020642, dated 12/8/17, amount of $416. Invoice 020678, dated 12/21/17, amount of $44.74, for a total of $460.74. I believe it's the same reason as the last one, right?
Right,
Books
correct.
closed and you were unable to process?
Yes, and the reason why they're taken to the same place within weeks, because when he had the vehicle, he had it for about 2 weeks fixing it, and then once we got it back, we noticed that it was still having issues, so we sent it back. So that's where the two bills came from.
Okay, but you're satisfied with the, after the
Yes.
second?
Yes.
Any questions or comments?
None.
There being no further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion that we approve Health Department's past due invoice with Performance Auto in the amount of $460.74.
So moved.
Thank you.
Val Gomez,
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. You know what, since the only person we have left in the audience, I'm going to bring up your report since you're here in the audience. We have a compliance report on Larson Danielson Construction, Community Site 1, from planning.
Esperanza Ceja Ramirez, EEOC Compliance Administrator. The compliance report is for Larson Danielson Construction for the East Chicago Community Center Site 1, the development on 145th and Todd Street. The original contract amount is $2,466,465, and the potential damages for residential is $98,224.62. And the minority female damages is $8,632.63. And overall damage, potential damages of $106,857.25. We do, however, in the meantime, have 3 change orders which came in, which total up to $52,062.
Okay, this is Site 1.
Yes, Site 1.
Okay. Any questions or comments on the compliance report?
None.
Okay. This is just informational, so we have it on record.
Yes, we do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Now we'll go to Hassey Construction from engineering, late invoice, outstanding invoice. And this is,
From the engineering department. And the reason for this outstanding invoice is just, we were getting clarity on the final invoice that was due for the project. All services, work has been completed or rendered, and is engineer's recommendation for approval.
okay, the amount is $5,017.17. The invoice was dated 08/08/17.
And this is for the Wagon Reed reconstruction project.
Okay. If there be no further comments, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the invoice from Hassey Construction with our engineering department amount of $5,017.17.
So moved.
Roll call?
Val Gomez,
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Okay, next we have Late invoice from AT&C, also with our engineering department. We have two invoices. Invoice 2060886, dated 11/28/17, amount of $3,252.15. Invoice 2060915, dated 11/28/17, amount of $3,528.35. Total of $6,780.50.
This work was done in November of 17. We didn't receive the invoices until March 1st. The organization that did the work was ATC. They take care of all testing and environmental work for our two community centers. And the services were completed.
Okay. No other comments? Okay. There being no other comments, I'd like to make a motion, we approve invoice from ATC with our engineering department in the amount of $6,780.50.
So moved.
Roll call?
Val Gomez,
Yes.
William Allen.
Okay, next we have Malcolm Jones Event Counseling Agreement for the Marina. Oh, and we're going to go right by this.
I actually did review this agreement for Natalie Adams, and we made a few modifications, and the law department approves of this document.
Okay, and the total event consulting fee is $750, and it's for the Teen Beach Bash for June 8, 2018. Any questions or comments?
None.
There being no further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion we approve the Malcolm Jones Event Counseling Agreement with our Marina for a Team Beach Bash in the amount of $750.
So moved.
Roll call?
Val Gomez,
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Team Beach Bash. I say that 3 times. Okay. Next, we have Jowito Golden Oldies and then some production, also from the Marina.
We, with the same with this agreement, we also reviewed and approved this.
Okay, compensation agreed is $400. And this is for July 3rd. Any questions or comments?
What are the services again, Joe?
It's just DJ,
He's a DJ.
Okay.
DJ services.
entertainment,
Okay.
Okay, there be no further questions.
generation gap, so I'm not quite sure.
There be no further questions or comments. Let me get done with this. There be no further questions or comments. I'd like to make a motion we approve Jowito Golden Oldies and some productions for the Marina for the July 3rd event in the amount of $400.
So moved.
Roll call?
Val Gomez,
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Okay, just in time, James. We have DNR Sites Services, 4301 Magoon Street. I believe this is an emergency demolition.
Yes.
You have a demolition and you have a change order too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This-
The original demolition was for $33,000. The change order is for $4,200. Can you explain why it was an emergency?
Yes, this property sustained, it's a property that had a fire. It sustained a fire. The roof collapsed. It was too unstable, and the property continued to, the debris continued to smolder, and the smoke, and the fire department was going out to this site constantly. This occurred March 2nd, and or March 2nd, and the fire department called me on Saturday, March 3rd, advising me that it just continued to smolder, smoke coming out, and they were afraid that it may reignite. So when I went out there, we determined that it would indeed be required to demolish the property as an emergency demolition. I requested bids from DNR, Acton, and JM Wrecking. DNR was the lowest bidder at $33,000, and they were able to go that same day and demolish the property, which was what we wanted. But in the process of demolishing, they found a tank there, an oil tank, and there's a change order for $4,200 for the removal of that tank as well.
Okay, and that the total would come to $37,200, both to DNR.
Yes.
Any questions or comments?
No.
There being no further questions or comments, I'd like the motion to approve the two proposals from DNR for the demolition at, it was 4301 Magoon
Yes.
for demolition of the building and removal of the tank. I'd like to make that motion.
So move.
Roll call?
Val Gomez.
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next we come to Resolution 2018-14, a resolution of Chicago Board of Public Works authorizing the conveyance of property commonly known as 4138 Euclid Avenue to an budding landowner. Whereas Venita Renee McDowell and Yancey G. Stennis, H&W, are purchasing land of budding such property owned by the city located at 4138 Euclid Avenue and is eligible to receive such property. Therefore, be resolved by the East Chicago Board of Public Works that the property located at 4138 Euclid, particularly described in the quitclaim deed attached hereto, to be sold and conveyed to Venita Renee McDowell and Yancey G. Stennis, H&W, for the consideration of the sum of $10, and the board president is hereby authorized to execute a quitclaim deed substantially conforming to the attached deed and to perform all acts and execute all documents necessary to carry out such a transfer. Did I get it all?
Yes. There's both a resolution and a quitclaim deed on this and the following property. They have been vetted and mailed, certified mail to both sides as far as the lot, and this is the one. These are husband and wife, Venita McDowell and Yancey Stennis, and we're quitclaiming the property, the adjoining abutting lot to them.
Okay. Any questions or comments on Resolution 2018-14? There being no further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion we approve Resolution 2018-14, a resolution of the Chicago Board of Public Works authorizing the conveyance of property commonly known as 4138 Euclid Avenue to the budding landowner.
So move.
Roll call?
Val Gomez.
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Okay, and just a similar resolution, 2018-15, whereas Augustine Campos and Rosalba Lopez are purchasing land abutting such property owned by the city located at 4727 Alexander Avenue and are eligible to receive such property. Therefore, it be resolved by the East Chicago Board of Public Works that the property located at 4727 Alexander Avenue, described in the quitclaim deed attached hereto, be sold and conveyed to Augustine Campos and Rosalba Lopez for the consideration of the sum of $10, and the board president is hereby authorized to execute a quitclaim deed substantially confirming to the attached deed and to perform all acts and execute all documents necessary to carry out such transfer. Any questions or comments?
No.
If you have further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion we approve Resolution 2018-15 and the accompanying quitclaim deed.
So move.
Roll call?
Val Gomez.
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next we go to DLZ Indiana LLC, Indianapolis Boulevard Water Main Improvement Project from engineering.
This is from the engineering department. This is the design for the replacement of the water main on Indianapolis Boulevard. Our project limit is from Columbus Drive all the way to the bridge, or Commonwealth Road. That's our footprint because the amount of money that we're getting from the Army Corps, that would take care of that stretch. That is our intent. If it turns out that the construction cost is gonna, be a little bit more than that, we may have to reduce that, by a bit.
Okay, and this agreement is not to exceed $193,900?
They actually, revised their cost. They, brought it down, $20,000.
So it's 173,
It should be 174K,
174 even?
$174,900.
Okay, $174,900. Okay, there being no further questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the agreement for engineering services between DLZ Indiana LLC and the City of East Chicago for the Annapolis Boulevard Water Main Project in the amount of $174,900.
And then actually, Val, just to, I guess, add a little bit more, I'm sorry, the, amount of money that we're getting from the Army Corps of Engineers,
Mhm.
That's approximately, $1.4 million. So anything over that, I understand that the construction cost is around that, but anything over that will be, on the city to pay. But at that time, I'll come back before the board,
Okay.
for a supplement. But just letting you know, for the record.
Okay, well, thank you for that little bit of information.
But, yeah, so moved.
Okay, roll call?
Val Gomez,
Yes.
William Allen.
Yes.
Okay, next we have the first group, Michigan Avenue Project, also from engineering. This is to extend Watling Street to Michigan Avenue and convert Watling Street to a truck route. And not to exceed $420,010.
No, that's, that would be the, total, cost. This is a supplement.
Oh.
Number one, we already are under contract with them to do design. This is additional work. So, the new cost, the new number for the, supplement will be $141,180.
Okay. Any other comments?
None.
There being no other comments, I'd entertain a motion. I'd like to make a motion, we approve supplemental agreement number 1 for the Michigan Avenue project extending Watling Street to Michigan Avenue and convert Watling Street to a truck route for design services and additional services in the amount of $141,180.
So moved.
Roll call?
Val Gomez,
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Okay, next we have also from First Group in the City of East Chicago, engineering services.
This is, for the multi-purpose trail and parking lot on the, Indiana Harbor, Railroad right-of-way, which is, south of, Koski Park, in between, Hammond and Indy, Boulevard. This project, we also have some grant money, that'll be going towards the construction of it, but the design will have to be, footed by the city.
And the amount is
The amount,
$151,210.
is $151,210.
Okay, any other comments?
This is
If I may, this trail we've been working on actually for 4 or 5 years. It's around the Roxana Marsh. It comes in from Hammond and leads to Hammond over by Kennedy Avenue again. It's part of a Greenway Trail, Marquette Greenway, going from downtown Chicago to Michigan City. By paying for the engineering up front, we're advancing the project a couple of years, and we have the grant money for the actual construction, which Will was addressing.
Okay.
And this will really be phase 1 of it, and the rest, we're actually going out, we've, sent an RFP out, for design services. Those will be due the end of this month. That will have, state participation, and that will take care of the remaining portion, at Mr. Marshall.
Our real challenge is we're hoping to get Indiana Harbor Belt and Canadian National to cooperate on giving us as much of the right-of-way as they can. They have not had rail services west of Indianapolis Boulevard to White Oak for the past 20 years. On the other hand, they still want to maintain some kind of access in the event that they'd have industries to service farther west on that line.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
There being no more further comments and questions, I'd like to make a motion we approve the agreement between the City of East Chicago and the First Group Engineering for the multi-purpose trail and parking lot on the IHB Railroad right-of-way between Indiana Toll Road and Indianapolis Boulevard, an amount of $151,210.
So moved.
Roll call?
Val Gomez,
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Next we have, also from First Group, the Watling Street and Parrish Avenue extension.
So this is basically going hand in hand with the reconstruction of Watland. This is to create two legs that connect to Michigan Avenue that we want to establish as a new truck route. This is the design for it. This is from First Group. This will again tie into what we're doing on Watland, changes to come on Michigan Avenue, and this is just connecting to it.
Okay, the amount is $97,955.
Correct.
Any further comments?
No.
There being no further comments or questions, I'd like to make a motion we approve the Watling Street and Parrish Avenue extension. Phase 2 fee proposal from First Group in the City of Chicago in the amount of $97,955.
So moved.
Roll call?
Val Gomez,
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Next, we have a joint use and maintenance agreement between Indiana Department of Transportation and the City of East Chicago, maintenance of the pedestrian bridge over US 12.
Yeah, this is an agreement between us and the state. Right now, the pedestrian bridge that crosses over Columbus Drive at Alder Street is owned and maintained by the state. It is in poor condition and needs to be replaced. The state came to the city to come up with a plan to take care of it, and they are putting in $1.2 million towards the reconstruction of this bridge. They also came to us to ask for any comments, suggestions, and get our input, and at that point we had discussed on making this more of a signature bridge. What they were going to do was the bare minimum. What we had preferred to do was kind of give us a bridge on the high end, knowing that when this project is completed, then we will be, the new owners of the bridge. This has brought the project cost up to about $2.6 million. So in this agreement between us and the state, they basically want us to put up our portion of $1,460,063. And so this is a 2019 project. It's currently being designed by the state, and they will be involved with construction oversight for it.
Okay,
But once this gets approved, then the 30-day process begins on their end to continue to move the project forward. And so Exhibit A was just a plan sheet that I've taken a look at. So has other department heads for East Chicago. And then Exhibit B just lists what the roadside maintenances are, and then the structural repair procedures.
Okay, so it lists the responsibilities of the city and NDOT.
Yes.
Okay. There being no further questions or comments, entertain a motion. I'd like to make a motion to approve the joint use and maintenance agreement between the Indiana Department of Transportation and the City of East Chicago concerning the maintenance of pedestrian bridge over US 12. Columbus Drive pedestrian bridge.
So moved.
Roll call?
Val Gomez,
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Okay, now we come to right-of-way applications from Engineering Department.
Application number 18-02825. Eduardo Garcia, at 151st and Kennedy. This is a road closure, for the, railroad crossing. Application number 18-02826, heavy load, Tri-Union Express, hauling via Dickey, Michigan, Riley Road, Canal Street, and Indiana Harbor Drive. Permit application number 18-02827, heavy load, Superior Construction, hauling via Standard, Dickey, Riley, 129th, Michigan, Guthrie, Klein, Service Road. That concludes applications from the engineering department.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion that we approve Board of Public Works permit applications 18-02825 through 18-02827.
So moved.
Roll call?
Val Gomez,
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Okay, we have no old business, we have no other business. Our next meeting will be Wednesday, March 28, 2018 at 4:30 PM. As that concludes our business, I entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Roll call?
Val Gomez,
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
What time is it? Helen, if you hadn't embellished a little bit there, we would have been out at 5:30, but
What time is it now?
you went over 5 minutes. That was,
We started about 5 minutes late, so.
yeah,
Okay, so one more vote.
that was your speech. You gave a 5-minute speech there. Overall, I'm still. Okay, Olga, sign everything tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Olga.
You're welcome.
How are you?
Everybody ready? Take your time, don't rush. No rush, we're good. Take your time, we're good.
We are 10 minutes.
St. Patrick's Day? Saturday, okay, I'm seeing some green. I said, did I miss it? Okay. All right, Saturday. Okay, excuse me, gentlemen, excuse me, Mr. Morrisroe. I think we're gonna call to order this meeting, all right? No problem. All right. I would like to call to order the regular meeting of the Board of Public Safety, March 14th, 2018. We'll go with the agenda we have in front of us, starting with the roll call.
Milton Reed,
Here.
Richard Trzymczynski.
Here.
Thomas Davis.
Here.
Is there a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes from February 28th, 2018?
I so move.
I second.
Any question on the minutes?
I have
Let's take a vote. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion carries. There's no correspondence in front of us. New business, you will see in your packet that Laura Cocott was elected to the Merit Board, the Merit Commission. Okay, so that is just FYI for us. The Fire Department, I believe, has a report for us.
I do indeed. Good afternoon, board members. Anthony Cerna, Fire Chief. Good evening. What you have before you is my regular reports for the month of February. Included, I have 2 promotions that are before you. Chauffeur Paul Russell, promoted to captain effective March 7th, 2018, and Master Firefighter David Reynolds, promoted to chauffeur effective March 7th, 2018. If we could hopefully have a motion to approve.
Is there a motion to approve the promotions that presented?
I make a motion.
I second.
It's been moved and probably second. Any questions?
I have none.
Any questions? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion carries.
And my regular reports before you if you have any questions.
Okay, thank you. I don't have any questions.
Thank you very much, board members.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now we will have, order to vacate an unsafe premise at 3933 First Street. Is there a motion to, execute the order to vacate?
I so move. I second the motion.
It's been moved and properly second. Are there any questions?
I have none.
No questions. We'll take a vote. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. All right, and we can see there is no old business before us. There is no audience for participation. Our next meeting will be Wednesday, March 28th at 5:30 PM. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Next motion.
I second. Moved and probably second. Any questions? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, meeting is adjourned. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
All right.